Roger Martin's definition of strategy, an integrative set of choices that positions you perfectly on the playing field of your choice so that you can win. The choices must be coherent for this to work. Dissonance destroys strategy.
You're tuned into Big Ideas Small Business with Doreen Milano. Doreen brings energy, focus, and creativity with the most cutting-edge tools and systems needed to grow business, drive profits, and achieve dreams. Ready to rise? Here's your host, Doreen Milano.
Hi, this is Doreen Milano, and you're watching Big Ideas Small Business TV. And my guest today is Joe Cotter. And Joe is a farmer's agent here in DFW, right?
Yes, right here in DFW. We cover all over Texas.
Well, Joe, I asked you to be here just so that we could get some stories about some of the crazy things that goes on in your insurance business.
Well, there are a lot of crazy things. I can't go into detail about some of them, but we do get a lot of crazy calls. And just when you think you've heard it all, you get a
Something
surprise.
pops up, right?
Yes, in all aspects, whether it's business or residential or just everything. So it's all over the board.
All over the map.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I really wanted to talk about today is small businesses. And many times small businesses rely on their personal coverage to cover them. And there are times where that works and times where it doesn't, right?
Well, it basically works when nothing happens, but when something happens, it doesn't work. So
what are the things that we need to really pay attention to?
Yeah, I think for small business, it's usually mom and pop. There's not a lot of structure at times. It's someone that comes in, they have an entrepreneurial background, and so the backside of things, the office and the structured things that you help with are not to the forefront. So, they don't know what they don't know. They don't know that they need GL coverage. They don't know, if they're given advice that they need E&O coverage. They don't know how much coverage they need. And typically most businesses, they're looking to cut corners. They're looking to save.
They need to save.
Well,
it's a tight economy, right?
Right. And they need to save, but there's areas where they can save where it doesn't put a big exposure for them.
Right. So one of the things I see a lot is they're using their personal car as their business car, right? And they toss the keys to an employee to go run an errand.
Yeah.
Yeah, not good, is it?
Not good. Not good. So anytime you have a company vehicle, if it's wrapped, whoever drives that needs to be on the coverage. If something happens, the owner's liable, they're not covered, and that's where you get a lot of bad stories about insurance. But I'm sure if they have a good insurance agent that cares and wants to do what's best for them, they're going to explain these things to them and take the time to explain it, because let's face it, we're all busy. And,
we are all busy.
And, as an owner, you've got things going, so you need someone that can explain it, get it through your thick skull sometimes that you need this, and then when something does happen, they're very happy that the agent took the time to explain it.
Yes, absolutely. So it's one of those things that we have to just pay attention to, right? And if we're using the car for business, don't have a business person get in that car as a driver, right?
Correct. So we do background check. They have to be licensed, and we have to make sure that everyone on the policy that's entered on the auto policy is part of the policy and covered. You have additions, subtractions. We take care of that. One of the big things for anyone is, what is the language of your policy, and what is actually covered. So that's where a professional comes in to say, hey, this is actually covered. You may have heard this, you may have heard that, but you really want to get it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. Don't call me a horse, but
I won't. So we're going to take a break and we'll be right back. And join us, because the next thing we're going to talk about here is we're going to talk about what happens when you have a home office.
It seems like there's never enough time in your business to get everything done that you need to. Searching for the right employees to represent your brand and satisfy your customers was already hard enough, and now there are even fewer options out there. How do you find the right people and keep them? My name is Terrell Tipton with Insperity, and we offer HR services that make your company make sense. Too often, local business owners take on HR activities wanting to run their business on a shoestring, but that can mean sacrificing revenue-generating activities that allow you to continue to grow and serve your community at the level you want. Call 972-409-4316 today. I'll walk you through Insperity's outsourced HR services and health insurance options and help you come up with a plan that gets the most out of your business and your budget. Insperity provides stability to businesses in uncertain times and has been helping companies just like yours since 1986. Call 972-409-4316 and talk to me, Terrell Tipton. It's time for your business to run better, grow faster, and make more money. 972-409-4316. Call today. One last time, 972-409-4316.
Multiple streams of income are the local business owner's new protection against inflation. If you enjoy sharing health insights and helping others live their healthiest lifestyle possible, you can create wealth for yourself and your family by doing what you love to do every day. Call 469-939-8933. Discover how to incorporate additional financial revenue into your love of health and wellness and the work you're already doing, using your time wisely and leveraging networks you already work with. Ready to learn more? Join the Wellness Institute's Carola Bradas, subject of the book, Look Beyond Tomorrow, to help even more people realize their potential and achieve their health goals. Build a side business with products sourced in North America and protect your bottom line. Call 469-939-8933 today. That's 469-939-8933. Call now.
Welcome back. This is Doreen Milano, and we are talking to Joe Cotter today, and we're going to talk about home offices.
Good subject. A lot of people have home offices, and are they covered? Are they not covered? One of the first things that, as an agent, when we're filling out information on personal coverage, is there a home office? We fill that out, and hopefully your agent has asked you that, because if you do have a home office and you have materials and you have cameras, or you have any kind of product for your office or for your business in there, is that covered? Well, if you have coverage for your home office and you designate that, yes, it is. But a lot of times these adjusters, it's hard to say, for sure if something's covered. We don't ever want to say, oh, everything's covered or this is covered, because different adjusters look at things differently, and different companies look at things differently. So that is definitely a conversation you want to have with your agent. You want to be sure that you're covered. And only through the right questions and getting to know who you're helping can you do that. So that's a question for everyone out there. You want to make sure that if you have a home office, that you have it designated and you have it covered. So
that's a big deal.
Yeah. Can be a huge deal. If you have $50,000 or $100,000 in product at your home, something happens at your home and you haven't designated that you have a home office, well, you could be out of luck. So that's definitely something to take care of.
There you go. So do we have any stories that you can impart?
Well, without naming names,
we don't ever want you to name names.
No. People, I'm sure you've seen on YouTube, people trying to do turkeys over Thanksgiving. The grease spills, or
fried turkey thing.
Yeah, they're trying to do it in their house. The thing blows up, and so there's different things that happen out there. But I think I'm trying to think of one of the strangest things. Yeah, you caught me on a blank here today.
Okay.
I'm blanking on you. It's the pressure. You put too much pressure on me, Doreen.
I am so sorry. Well, I can tell you one thing that's happened in our neighborhood lately, and that is one of our neighbors, their garage caught on fire. Actually, one of their four-wheelers that was in the garage caught on fire because the guy was working on it and left some stuff out, and all of a sudden there's smoke coming out of the garage. And one of the things that goes on is he's got ammo stored up on the shelves.
Oh.
So we are listening to gunshots for a good 40 minutes.
Everybody's hit the deck.
Everybody's hitting the deck because we don't know where it's going or what's going to happen. But the fire department's there. They can't actually get back there because of the ammo that's going on.
Oh, no.
Meanwhile, the vintage car that's sitting in the driveway catches fire.
Oh, no.
And so that's going up. The smoke is black. It's everywhere in the neighborhood. And I just prayed they had a really good insurance policy on their house.
With classic car coverage.
With classic car coverage.
Yes.
Because I'm just seeing all these dollar signs going all over the place.
Yeah. You know, we kind of talked about crazy things that happen. Well, one of the crazy things is, you know, folks do try to save, and they may save in areas, but liability is one of the biggest exposures we have.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So what I always try to tell folks is, you know, we can look at raising deductibles or taking off rental car coverage, because that's not going to hurt you too bad if you have to go pay for a rental car for a week or so. But if you skimp on the liabilities, you know, 30, 60, 25, 30,000, 60,000 is state minimum, and then 25,000 for property damage. Well, you know, if you happen to total a brand new Mercedes and it's $100,000, that 25,000 for property damage doesn't help very much. So nobody wants to come out of pocket $75,000 by saving $20 doing the state minimums.
Absolutely not. So what I'm hearing here is that your recommendation as an agent is make sure that your minimums are going to cover what you might actually do.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah, especially when it comes to liability. On your home, there's no reason not to have $1 million in liability coverage. A lot of companies will put $300,000 out there for liability, but in today's times,
anything can happen.
Yeah, $1 million lawsuits are a dime a dozen. So
not a good thing.
No.
If you're not covered.
Right.
Right? So we are getting ready to go talk to our sponsors again. We'll be right back.
How long has it been since you've updated your brand or restocked your promotional items? The more often people see your company logos and taglines, the more often your company comes to mind. That top-of-mind thinking is exactly what grows businesses and generates revenues. So at Big Feet Creations, I've dedicated my time and talent for over 30 years designing and illustrating print and digital products that people love and remember. Now we're adding website design and audio-video editing too. Call Big Feet Creations at 469-450-7350. I'm a big guy, and I've taken big steps to help you grow big. Big Feet Creations, 469-450-7350. Call today. That's 469-450-7350.
What is the role of American government anyway? Is the role of government to decide where I can go and where I can't? Is the role of government to work tirelessly to destroy vital infrastructure that keeps goods and services from my customers? Is the role of government to choose who can drive, fly, or ride according to mandated stipulations that threaten my body, health, mind, and conscience? Without medical freedom legislation in place, our rights and freedoms are one vote away from being dissolved. Individually, change is improbable, but as an aggregate, attainable. It's time to act with one voice. My voice.
And my voice.
And my voice.
And my voice.
To protect our freedom, creating one voice that cannot be ignored. This requires your voice too. Your voice, your feet, your vote, not just at the ballot box, but training to be a poll watcher, precinct chair, judge, or early ballot counter, so you are doing all you can to protect the fairly counted American vote. Move Freely America. Go to movefreelyamerica.org to find a chapter near you. Plug in, donate, and help our legislators defend our God-given rights under the Constitution. Move Freely America, because my voice
and my voice,
together with your voice, we're one voice that cannot be ignored. Donate today. MoveFreelyAmerica.org.
Welcome back. This is Doreen Milano, and we are talking to Joe Cotter today, and we're talking insurance.
Woo! Everybody's favorite. Well, it's their favorite when something happens, at least.
We hope.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
So
it's done well.
One of the things that we really wanted to talk about for small businesses is errors and omissions and D&O insurance.
Right. So we just had an application of that in our networking group. One of our group, financial advisor, had made a little typo, and turns out this little typo.
Those little typos, they are so problematic.
Well, and anytime you're dealing in business, I mean, it could be huge. It could be huge for the insured. It could be huge for the person providing advice or consulting, as you know.
Yes.
And this one little typo would have come out to about $138,000 claim, or it did come out to $138,000 claim that had the insured not had errors and omissions, E&O, they would have come out of pocket for that. And that hits the bottom line pretty hard.
Really fast and hard. Yes, absolutely.
So, but because he had errors and omissions, basically it was about a $5,000 hit to him. However, the $133,000 he didn't have to worry about. So that's just an instance where, I mean, something as easy as a little typo can really cost someone. So errors and omissions, something that's very important for any business that's giving advice, consulting, or helping in any kind of area, really.
So as small businesses, many of us are incorporated, right? D&O insurance is another area that people don't really understand. So can you tell us a little bit more about what D&O insurance is all about?
No. D&O, what you tell me?
Directors and officers insurance?
Well, so on directors, no, I don't want to speak on it because I am familiar with it, but as far as I'm not an expert on that. So
one of the things that we often work on as business owners is trying to really reduce our carbon footprint, go with electric vehicles, do other things that we can to really help our business and promote our business as more of a green business, right? Well, one of the things that's showing up is electric vehicles. And we're not always cognizant of some of the outlying issues around electric vehicles.
Right.
And how does the insurance company?
So it's funny with insurance on electric vehicles, and Tesla is one. You'll see a lot of companies, the rates are extremely high for these electric vehicles. And you ask, well, why is it so high? Well, a number of reasons. The batteries, they're finding there's problems with the batteries. There's fires, they're heavier. There's a lot of different aspects that the underwriters, and far be it for me to know what goes on with the underwriters or all these smart,
I have no idea what goes on with those guys.
Smart folks like you that went to MIT and Stanford that come up with these algorithms, but they know that they need to insure the premium on these vehicles a lot of times is a lot higher than your Chevy or your Ford, just regular gasoline run vehicles. And because of that, I know Tesla is one company that they're insuring these vehicles themselves because they're running into a problem. Folks that buy these vehicles were having such high rates with companies that it was becoming an issue. So that's a trend in the, I want to see how that's handled. I haven't seen how Tesla handles claims yet. I haven't seen how that process really, they're adding enough data out there to see
how it's going to work in the future.
How that's going to work.
I just got an advertisement from Lexus that they have a brand new all-electric SUV that looks really nice. I'm going, well, maybe that's something we could take a look at.
Yeah.
But now I'm going to think twice.
Well, and you can always ask your agent, what would this look like? Right now we have a Lexus 500 and we're looking at the EV of this, and they can give you a mock quote, so to speak, to say, well, your premium would look more like this with that. So it's something to be aware of.
Something definitely to be aware of, because that could be a real surprise after you buy the car. Let me tell you.
Yeah, and we don't like surprises.
No, we don't. We
Only
don't like surprises.
Birthday surprises, things like that.
Well, yeah, if it's good and happy, yes.
Well, birthday, it'd have to be happy, right?
We would hope so, yes.
Okay.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to talk about Joe Cotter, and how do we find you, Mr. Cotter?
Oh, well, that's...
You are with Farmers Insurance, are you not?
Correct. So through Farmers, we actually just moved up to McKinney. The office is in McKinney. But something that a lot of people don't know with Farmers, it entails more than just Farmers. Farmers bought MetLife. We can go through Craft Lake. There's several companies that we can bring in because depending on the situation, depending on the individual or the company, I'll say with company, all of our commercial, we have all brands, we can go across the spectrum with commercial.
So it's not just personal P&C.
Correct. So we can go.
You're way beyond that.
Yes. But
Good to know.
We do life, home, auto, umbrella, commercial, and we have several different entities that we can go through to find the best coverage for you and the best rates for you.
So do we have a phone number or an email address, some way we can reach you?
Yes. The office is 469-277-6007.
Okay.
Remember that, 007, 007. Okay. 469-277-6007. And like I say, we're up in McKinney, but we service all over Texas.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here, Joe. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. It was always a pleasure.
And we'll speak to you all real soon. Have a great day.
Hey, Doreen Milano here. You already know the squeeze family businesses have in acquiring new talent. You could also be feeling that very same squeeze when it comes to growing your business and gaining new clients. What if I told you there was a way to become the employee of choice in your field? How would you like more cash flow, more clients who love you, and employees who feel great working with you and your clients? I've helped hundreds of family-owned businesses, just like yours, who are now reaping the benefits of plentiful cash flow, increased revenue in the millions, employees who love where they work, and loyal clients. I've spent over 30 years developing the tool chest and working in the corporate space, helping companies of all sizes attain maximum profitability. You are not wrong or at fault. The struggle in family business is very real. Your business needs more cash flow, more profits, more leads, and happy employees. Spending the last 12 years working with family businesses, I've been upgrading and proving that these strategies actually work. The system is based on several key strategic components around people, strategies, process, and profits. I'm sharing my strategies with the owners of family businesses who want an edge in today's challenging market without having to reinvent the wheel. If you want to know more, go to v2e.biz or give me a call at 650-483-5798.
This has been Big Ideas Small Business with Doreen Milano. Doreen Milano solves problems for small and mid-market family-owned businesses and service-based industries. To work with Doreen, go to v2e.biz. For guest and sponsorship information, call 650-483-5798. Big Ideas Small Business with Doreen Milano is produced by Offbeat Business Media for the OBBM Network. For OBBM Network programming information, call 214-714-0495. Unauthorized use of any part of Big Ideas Small Business with Doreen Milano without prior permission through the OBBM Network is strictly prohibited.